Keys, does it feel like does Keys put you in the mind frame of like reflecting over your whole life? Like, 'cause when I hear it and I digest it, I feel like you giving us like an
Yeah,
autobiography almost. Like
yeah,
it,
yeah,
it feels different to me in that way.
yeah. It definitely was a I feel like a lot of introspective, self-reflective thinking,
Hmm.
um, and just touching on things that I just maybe felt like I needed to say, you know. Like even the story blended family, when I'm talking about my family dynamic.
Crazy record.
um
I hit you about that record multiple times. Like,
yeah,
yo, this the one, bro.
yeah,
This is the one.
yeah, because I know a lot of people come from blended families, you know.
100%.
And their experience, all of their experience wasn't like mine, you know. In my case, you know, I had a loving stepmother, rest in peace,
God bless.
who you know, there was not once that I ever feel like that she resented me, or she had an issue with me and my sister being present or being there. You know, like I see a lot of times, you know, there's our adults who take out their shortcomings on their kids, you know.
Hmm.
And it was never that, you know. So yeah, so you know, I wanted to talk through that, you know. And yeah, because even what's crazy about that is um what was it? What verse was it? Ride Death. The verse for Ride Death, I sent it to the artist featured on there, Came.
Hmm.
And he was trying to figure out what to say. And so I just was like, man, let me just come up with something. Let me just write it and then send it to him and say, yo, just do this.
Hmm.
And so the hook says, ride death, empty your cup till ain't nothing left.
Hmm.
And so that was just a saying that I always heard growing up at church. You know what I'm saying? It was like, just empty your cup. You know, like we can't take this with us. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you're living up to your calling, your potential, and all of that.
Hmm.
And so the very next day is when my mom passed.
Mm.
So it was like,
After you sent him,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. So it was like there was a lot of moments like that were just eerie in a way, and poetic and beautiful, but still like kind of make you like give you goosebumps. Like why? Like how? You know?
Man, that's so interesting you say that because to me that was a standout. Listening to it too, but there's a lot of like damn near prophetic
Yeah,
that you were saying on the stuff that would be like that would come to truth, like
yeah,
from the Kobe line to the
yeah. That was
I get fully dressed to work from home
yeah,
and in the pandemic, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's
exactly.
a lot of shit that you were saying that was like, oh shit,
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
yeah, and that's how I felt to it in retrospect. Like after it was done, I was like, damn, like I was really. It was almost like I was preparing myself and listeners too, for what was to come. It was
Right.
just I couldn't explain it. Even that Kobe line, like I struggled with. Like I remember, I think I hit Mav like, yo, should I still put this out? You know what I mean? Because it just felt it just felt it didn't some level didn't feel right. Like what like the timing of it. Like why is this? You say something like that and then that happens. Like
Right.
it just didn't feel right. But
Right.
I think ultimately it was more so about speaking your truths, and that's just what the truth is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that it's so many lines like that that stand out to me. And again, man, I felt like we were listening to a Jerreau autobiography.
Yeah.
So to me, it made me feel like, all right, like what is he processing? What is he thinking about as he's coming up with this shit? Were you sitting back like, just kind of reflecting on life, you know what I'm saying? Just being an adult and being, you know what I'm saying, being an artist. Was that your process? You was just kind of reflecting and you come up with this stuff, or is it just like as stuff is on your heart, you put that into the music?
Yeah, more I think more the latter. But I always just believed in like um creating experiences because you you may not benefit from them like in the short term.
Okay.
Like it's stuff that you can just pull from and draw from as you when you need to. It's like having a reserve bank.
Yeah.
Like let me let me go do this, let me experience this, let me see that, so I can pull from those experiences when I need them. And I think it was kind of that. It was like as I was creating the album, Keep Everything Yourself. The idea behind it wasn't about being selfish. It was more so about doing like the self work and the self reflective work for yourself. So then you can, you know, pour that back into whatever you're doing. And so I think a lot of it was just coming as I was creating.
Yeah.
Like to be, and honestly, Blended Family's the oldest record I had.
Really?
But what happened is, so I probably wrote the chunk of it like in, I want to say like 2011.
Oh wow.
Like the chunk of it, but then I went back and added some more, like the end of the first verse.
Did it not feel right putting it out sooner? Is that?
It just never made sense to.
Okay.
You know, like especially I think being that I was in a group for so long, it just like it's hard to allow some stuff to stick and to land when you got to consider other people. You know what I mean? But like being that it's my own shit and my own project, and it's a solo project, like it just felt, you know what I'm saying? Like I could give the story to y'all.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't get overshadowed or drowned out.